Last time we hauled out Intrepid Bear and left her in the south of France while we flew home for a family wedding. 1 month later and we have returned. We have been granted a 6-month French tourist visa. It is mid-July and we are now relaunching. After a little preparation, we are setting off to explore some of the gems that the south of France has to offer. Hop aboard and join us as the summer really gets going. This is Intrepid Bear, a 40-foot sailboat off to explore the world with her crew Ian and Kate.
Come aboard and let's see what's out there. Still got a whole list of jobs to do. Ian's basically cleaning the sensors in the holding tank, which is what that disgusting job is right now, because it's ridiculous. It gets covered in things and then the sensor doesn't show when it's full, so that's a job. Parcel, which is half of the water maker that's going back, put a fuel treatment in for diesel work. There's a whole list of things to get done. We can only stay alongside here for 24 hours. So we're going to do what we can here today. It's going to take us a few days before we can actually get out and find somewhere nice to chill and relax. And it's, I think, 35 degrees at the moment. It's supposed to get up to 37 degrees over the next few days. There's a real heat wave on in southern Europe at the moment. So this is the not glamorous side of boating.
We had some problems with the outboard and had the carburettor cleaned in the UK. I was frustrated that even after that it wouldn't start, but discovered it was a simple fix.
You know why it didn't work?
Why?
Because these engines are a little bit picky. And they don't work very well if you don't turn the fuel on.
Oh, fussy little things, eh? Making the most of the seawater.
Well, just getting rid of the dust. It's a very dusty yard. So when we started this morning, there was no wind. There was boat's tights fore and aft, and I was going to have to show you how to come out without by sideways, by using the bow thruster around the engine to come sideways. Now the wind swung around, it's right on the bow, so we just take the bow off and we're holding purely on the stern because we've got the engine in gear, the stern is holding it in, and then once we're ready, I'll just let the engine go, just go into neutral and the boat will blow away and Kate will pull in the stern line. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, when you're ready. Nice and easy. So the wind's blowing on the bow. The bow's coming out. I've just got to make sure we don't blow back into the boat behind us. The bow's swinging out really nicely just by itself. I'm doing virtually nothing, just protecting the stern. Got a little bit of starboard helm on, so that just kicks the back end out. I just literally let the boat do most of the work. So I'm going to give some starboard helm and a burst ahead that'll kick my stern round to port. That's plenty. Centre the helm and a decent handful of stern, and that'll take us clear. One thing you have to watch when you go in the stern is if you let go of the rudder, the water flow will just take it and slam it to one side or the other, which is less than ideal. So we're going back to the big anchorage, pretty much where we were. We're looking for southeasterly protection. The strongest wind the next couple of days is southeasterly tomorrow morning or next day, because we're going back up to Port St. Louis for shopping and stuff tomorrow. So southeasterly tomorrow morning. I don't think it's mega strong, and we'll be fine pretty much anywhere in this anchorage. But the breast protection will be over in the southeast corner of the anchorage, not far from where we were before. So we'll head on over there. I'll drop the hook over there for the night, chill out over there. So it'd be nice just to get back out to anchor, get the wind scoop up and get the air flowing through the boat. That'll be nice.
So it's 8 o'clock in the morning and we're leaving anchor to go into Port St Louis in order to restock. Bought a couple of days worth when we first came back, but you know, if we want to go off sailing we need to restock, so we're heading in order to re-provision. So it's going to be interesting because it's just starting to blow south easterly. It's going to be about 30 knots today, but this is liveaboard life. We've got to get the shopping done. We need to get his parcel sent back before we can set off into the big blue and go adventuring.
Our Osmo Sea water maker had been suffering from a serious squeaking problem, which can lead to it seizing up altogether. Osmo Sea have been really helpful in attempting to resolve the issue, but the reality of cruising is that regardless of how efficient a company is, returning an item under warranty and waiting for its return can be a major logistical headache.
So did the parcel go?
Parcel's gone. Yep, it was 75, same as the online thing. It's a shame the online thing wouldn't have worked, so it would be a lot easier printing the label, but it just doesn't like having an English number.
So that's the first big stressor today, gone, done. Now until we get some shopping and then get back out to anchor.
Shopping's just a physical logistics, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not a stress. You're used to doing that in other countries, and there's nice food in the supermarket, so the biggest stress would be how much can fit in the fridge. So I'm very lucky on Intrepid Bear to have a freezer, but it's only a small one, so to make the most of the space, I take all the meat out of its containers. First take it all out of its containers and then divide it up into sort of portions, and then keep a list of what I've got. Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now, is just dividing all the meat up so we can get packaging off the boat and I have to go to sea with that and get it all stored in the freezer, and hopefully we'll have a good month, if not 6 weeks worth of meat. And then you need to stock up on fresh stuff. That's all the other bread items to put away. That's the rubbish. That's all the dry food stored to get the stuff to go away. There's all the tin stuff to go away. Alcohol and squash. And the fridge stuff is already packed in the fridge because it's 27 degrees down here, so getting the stuff in the fridge and the freezer ASAP is obviously top on my list.
Okay, so we've got quite a stiff breeze and it's varying between right on the nose and coming on the port bow a little bit, so pushing the bow in. So I've got various options. I've got this barge in front of me, so I can't go forward too much, but I need to get the bow out. So the wind is coming from over there. Once I can get the bow to there and the wind on the other side, the bow will just come on out, would be great. But I've just got to do that. There's two ways I can do it. I can either put a stern spring on, that's where you put a line from the aft cleat on the boat to a point on the shore forward, and then you drive backwards. That line then pulls the back end in, pivots the boat around. You've got to protect the back of the boat really well to do that. Or what I should be able to do at the moment, the bow thruster is really efficient because it's just been cleaned and is anti-fouled. So what I'm going to do is we'll let go of the lines. We'll start with the stern line because there's absolutely no pressure on that at all. Then we'll let go of the spring line that's halfway up, that's stopping her rolling back, and then finally the bow line, which hopefully I'll be able to lead back on board in a minute. Once that's done, we'll fender up the back end as much as possible, and then I'll just thrust out. But what you can do is I can effectively, if I thrust out but then go forward with the helm over to starboard, but what it will do is push the stern out. So thrust out, stern out, thrust out, stern out, and you're almost going sideways. So that's what I plan to do. Okay, and the wind's gone past the bow now, so the boat should just carry on drifting out now. There we go. Can go forward. We're clear. There you go, as planned. Doesn't always go to plan, but this time that was all right, so that's good. Just about to exit the end of the canal now, where we come out into the bay. There won't be any huge waves, but it's quite breezy, so there might be enough chop to put a bit of spray over the bow. So I've closed the midships hatches just so any seawater doesn't go down there if we do get some spray over. And I'll let Kate know in a minute that there might be some lumps coming.
And back to anchor in the same spot in the big anchorage for the night. So we've got about 6 or 7 knots of wind in the direction it's meant to be, which is kind of northwest-ish. We were getting going and heading over to Ile de Rieu, I think. Is our sort of, we're going to have a look at it. It'll probably be quite busy, but it looks absolutely stunning on the pictures. So we're going to head over there, just getting the boat ready to go. So we're just doing the checks and setup. So those 2 extra tarpaulins I just pulled out, they put them over the top of the mainsail, because when we get the red dusty rain, it sits in the mainsail and makes those horrible brown stains that we've had several times now. So I thought, as it is pretty dusty in Port St. Louis, I'd put them in just to try and protect it from that dusting if it rained while we were away. Yeah, just wrapping it up, the tarpaulin up, and there's a load of dirt on it, so that saved that dirt getting on the sail. It's a warm one. Hoisted the anchor, sorted everything out, and we are underway, heading for the Cote D'Azure, which is, must be blue, I suppose. Is the coast in blue? Blue coast?
Yeah, I guess so.
With no jellyfish, hopefully.
God, yeah, I have some in the sea actually.
Awesome.
Jellyfish.
You're outside of everything. I'm not being quiet.
Good.
So, the annoying pink thing, it's just flapping at the moment, but then we're driving forwards probably too fast. The wind is from behind, so we take the power off. Hopefully it will fill and give us some drive. Probably only be doing a 2 knots, 2 to 3 knots, but that's fine because we're not in a massive hurry. So take the power off and see if it fills. So sailing purely under the spinnaker, the cruising chute, the big pink, 4.2 knots over the ground. But yeah, so we're 3 hours to our destination, 3.5 hours to our destination. Find ourselves a nice anchorage for the night, hopefully, although I feel it's going to be busy. But yeah, touching 10 knots of true wind at times. We can keep the cruising chute up to 10 knots of apparent wind according to the sailmaker. Could probably push it a little bit further, but wouldn't go far because that's when you risk ripping it. Kate's about to go do lunch. It's all good. .1 knots.
5.2, okay.
Hate to say it, but I think the wind is reaching the limit of the spinnaker, so we're going to have to take it down and put up the normal sails, which is annoying. I think I can probably roll out the head sail inside the spinnaker to take the pressure out of it, and then we can sort out the main from there. So approaching into the anchorage, does look quite busy, but a lot of them are little day boats, so
there might be space later on. We might have to just make do for now and then tuck in later or something like that. And we'll have a look, but yeah, we'll drop sails and head on in. But pretty spectacular looking hills and rocks. Find out the ropes behind your head. Not unsurprisingly, crazy busy over there, but also all the sailing boats were rolling around all over the place. The swell was getting in there, although it's on the this side of the island. The swell's coming in that way. It should have been protected. It's not. The swell's bouncing around. So we're going over to have a look at a mainland calanque now and see if there's space and if it's protected in there. Looks like it should be, but then that looked like it should be, so you just don't know until you get there. So we got the anchor down in the Calanque du Sommieu, 25.3 degrees in the water. My cut-off for not wearing a wetsuit is around 24 degrees, so it should be all right. So I'm going to get the dinghy down and I'm going to get in the water. Go! Ah. 25 degrees, baby! So what are you peeling the prawns for?
I'm doing prawn, prawn garlic spaghetti basically. Or linguine by another name without a linguine.
My favourite.
Yeah, no raw prawns, but
they'll be yummy. Basically prawn spaghetti. Kate's done it before and she's done lobster spaghetti before and we've caught lobster, but these are just bought prawns. But it'll still be flipping delicious. Just like Kate. So is it just spaghetti, garlic, tomatoes and the prawns?
No, there's also like some chilli in there.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes.
And olive oil. Sometimes you put white wine in. I'm not going to waste the wine in dinner. And a bit of olive oil, really. Yeah, a bit of lemon. Very simple. So, but I found another packet of spaghetti. That looks like that's way too many prawns.
Cheers!
Cheers, baby. Lime up your nose.
Lime up my nose nearly.
To finish the day, we took the dinghy for a trip around the calanque. The calanque was stunning and we would have loved to have stayed, but as is often the way, the swell had other ideas. Next time we leave the rolly calanques behind and find a busy but protected anchorage further along the coast. Join us then.